The Nigerian Professional Football League gets another kickoff date. Spain Seal Euro 2020 sports with a late show in Sweden. And Bulgaria football chief resigns amidst racism storm. My name is Deji Omotoyimbo. Welcome to Sports Express, brought to you by MTN. Welcome back to Sports Express, brought to you by MTN International Newsroom. Starts us off. Here's Pedro Peters.
Thank you, Deji. We drive off to Formula One, where an agreement in principle has been put in place to stage F1 races in Miami for May 2021. F1 commercial boss Sean Brachis believes the Miami Grand Prix will have huge economic impact in the South Florida area. The new venue, the Hard Rock Stadium, is a switch after the original location was resisted by locals. To boxing, WBC World Heavyweight Champion Deontay Wilder is of the belief that WBC, WBA and IBF World Heavyweight Champion Andy Ruiz Jr. has a newfound dedication ahead of his rematch with Anthony Joshua later this year. Ruiz Jr. is set to square up against the Briton on December the 7th in Saudi Arabia, and the Mexican-American has stepped up his preparations by shedding weight significantly. Wilder is firmly backing Ruiz to emerge victorious, insisting he has the same winning mentality as himself. Lastly, to athletics, Kenyan marathon legend Eliud Kipchoge and a host of stellar names have been nominated for the IAAF World Athlete of the Year award. The 34-year-old who broke the marathon world record last weekend by running under 2 hours has been shortlisted for the prestigious award alongside Jamaica's Shellyan Fraser, Katarina Johnson-Thompson of Great Britain, Christian Coleman of the USA, Salwa bin Nasser of Bahrain, Sifan Hassan of the Netherlands, Dalila Mohammed of the USA, and alongside compatriots Bridget Kosgei, amongst others. The winner will be announced at the World Athletics Awards ceremony in Monaco on the 23rd of November.
Thank you, Pedro. That was International Newsroom. After the break, the Nigerian sports scene. A youth pacemaker Lagos. Welcome back. It's the Nigerian sports scene on Sports Express, brought to you by MTN. Finally, Bolu Omoni is here, and then you said Bolu Anisa. Bolu Omoni is here. And Bolu, well, we have another date for the NPFL. November 3rd. Is that sacrosanct now, or is still subject to change?
As of now, that's the expected date for it to start. Even and it's expected as well to end May 30. The most thing about us is until it starts.
November to May.
Yeah.
Like I was discussing with Yemi before we came on here, I think we do not consider the impact of this heavy schedule on the players.
That's what you look at.
November to May, because if you wanted to end in May, should have started in August. So we've lost August, September, we lost 3 months,
Yep.
and we still want to squeeze the league into that period. It's not fair on the players. It's not fair on the clubs.
The only reasonable excuse would be they would have to be playing midweek. That's the only definition, because it means they play weekend, play midweek. When the cup comes, they still keep playing. I'm not sure they will have up to 5 midweeks that will be free this season.
Okay, let's do that. See, I just feel that we need to consider other factors, not just the convenience for the organizers. You have to have the impact on, because this league is set up for the players.
Yeah.
You have to consider the impact of the players. Okay, so we have that. November 3rd, we hope it will start. AFCON qualifiers, we heard Nigeria will play Benin Republic in Benin.
Yeah, the first match, November 11th, and the reports from Complete Sports is the insights they are getting is the game will be held at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium, the refurbished stadium that they have to leave the Asaba Stadium because of concerns over the pitch. So now the proposed venue for the next game is now in Benin.
Benin, has that been? I know the renovations are going on there, and they must have checked it out before they agreed to go and host the matches there. And for me, I think it's a question of who is willing to host. I think that's what it is.
So from like the joke I made with Yemi, I said maybe Lagos is hosting next, since we are planning to resuscitate and put the stadium in Lagos. So Lagos should be the next host after.
Okay, yeah. Tell us the story about that. What was that about? The minister and the governor were at the National Stadium on Saturday. I don't think it was announced to the press. I think they just what's going on there. I know that last time under the previous government, Lagos State wanted to take over the stadium, but I think the federal government did not agree to that, because I remember former minister was there alongside Ambody and officials of the state, but that didn't happen. So is there change of mindset by the federal government now
From now, the sport ministry is now working with Lagos State government to resuscitate, bring the national stadium back to life. So hopefully this one is not a norm of, okay, the sport minister goes round, checks stadiums, and after 8-year tenure, we'll move on to the next stage. And the Lagos State governor, Sanwo-Olu, has also made the statement that we want to resuscitate. That's the statement we used. The stadium.
You see, my point is that the Lagos State governor and the former minister made the same statement.
Yeah.
The exact same statement. But somewhere at the center, something happened, and the approval, because the minister on his own can't approve.
Yeah.
I think maybe he has to take it to the larger body, maybe the executive council, and somewhere. The story we are hearing is that there are some forces at the center who don't want that to happen.
And even my worry.
So what has changed? That's my concern. What has changed?
My worry now is hope the focus on the national stadium will not affect the Teslim Balogun Stadium.
Teslim Balogun is Lagos State's business. I'm sure they've tidied that. I'm sure they know what they're doing before they say they want to. Because actually, if Lagos State, I think it's a smart thing to take over that place and refurbish and resuscitate. You can have a long-term, you can have a private. I don't think the government on its own will be able to afford to spend, but you can have partnerships, PPP, try and get the place sorted out. It can be a huge money maker, it can be a huge entertainment center, bringing banks, bringing hotels, bringing all kinds of things. A lot of things are possible in that place. The Lagos State government involvement. Whether the federal government is willing, that's my concern.
To
let go, to concession the place and have an arrangement whereby they get some money or the thing returns to them after 20 years or some kind of arrangement, build, operate, and transfer kind of thing. I don't know whether the federal government is ready to do that. That's my concern.
I want to believe Sunday Dario probably would have thought about all this as well, and he may have made some calls because I think he likes calls and meetings. He may have probably spoken with one or two people for him to push through this far. I think he has a plan, but I hope the plan will come.
Yeah, I think it's a smart thing to do. If Lagos State is willing, then hand it over. Let's get that place going again.
All right. Fine. You and Bonnie talked about the impossibility of Uzo's injury being 1 month.
Yeah, we said so yesterday.
He will be out for at least 6 months.
The cruciate ligaments. We wish him well. That's a tough injury to have and to recover from. Very sad. We wish him well. All right. And don't forget, you can go subscribe to our YouTube channel, Sportvision NG. And starting tomorrow, we have fresh content coming up there. Football Fantastic is the show. We call it FF. Yemi and I are breaking down Euro qualifiers and taking a look at Granada's fantastic start to the season, amongst other things. So you want to go to Sportvision NG and subscribe to get fresh content. Starting in a couple of weeks, Buddy and I will have a weekly basketball show as well for your pleasure. Sportvision NG is the platform, YouTube. Go there and register. After the break, the World Soccer Report. Welcome back. It's the World Soccer Report on Sports Express, brought to you by MTN. One more team just went through to the Euro 2020 qualifiers. Jamie Adisa is here. Spain through from Group F. A late Rodrigo equalizer meant it was Sweden 1, Spain 1. They needed only a point. They got that. So they are through. I was watching the Spanish national team yesterday and it looked like a strange team. I don't know. I think Moreno's changing too many things too quickly. I don't know whether you get that impression because the last two games, Norway 1-1, Sweden 1-1, have not been particularly impressive.
Well, very not impressive at all. But my take is, I'm looking at it from two angles. I think this crop of Spanish players are unable to maintain a certain level of consistency in their performances. So this month, 1 month, the set of players are the flavor of the month. Another month, another set. Because in times past, you had the Iniestas, the Xavis, the Busquets playing at a consistent level.
Those, you have to admit, it's a tough act to follow, though.
Oh, yes.
Having come from that high.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, they've set themselves those standards. They have to try find a way to stick to those standards.
Oh, definitely. So now you have a manager who has to cope with that and also find the same level of consistency in performances. And we have to agree and admit that these last two games, performances have really dropped.
Well, they're through to the Euro 2020 Championship.
Undefeated, by the way.
They're undefeated, so they still got something going there. Finland in Group J need only one more win to join perfect Italy. Italy is still perfect. Pounded Liechtenstein 5-0. Belotti brace there. And Temo Pukki is the star for Finland. Scored twice as Finland defeated Armenia 3-0. And Finland need one more win. What a run that would be for them. What a massive boost for them.
Massive boost for Finnish football. Something that the likes of Jari Litmanen probably couldn't achieve in that day. Pukki back into goal scoring form. Be good to see if he can translate that to the Premier League. But for a tiny country like Finland, qualification for a major tournament, it will have almost the same effect it had for Iceland, who were able to qualify for the Euros and the World Cup. It had the same effect for them.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're able to
navigate their way through. And in Group D, Switzerland defeated the Republic of Ireland 2-0. Republic of Ireland have a huge game coming up against Denmark in the next round. If they win, they will qualify, because head-to-head, that would mean they are better than Denmark. So, interesting things going on. Bulgaria in the eye of the storm, and the FA president, Borislav Mihailovic, has resigned.
Well, he denied that there was any form of racism going on in this country.
I felt what he said before the game probably emboldened the racists.
Ignorance.
Yeah.
Just plain ignorance. And
But what do you say to what their manager said after the game, that he didn't hear anything? I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. That's
he
ridiculous.
didn't hear, but we saw live on TV. It was there for the whole world to see.
I think there's a certain sense of denial by some people.
Living in denial and being ignorant of the fact that there is a problem in your country and this way.
You know, UEFA president came out yesterday, made a statement and all of that. I'm sorry, it is BS. You know why I say that? UEFA will charge you 30,000, 50,000 pound fines for racist behavior and all of that. I remember Nicholas Bentner wearing branded shorts at some competition, and he was fined 80,000 pounds. So commercial crimes are deemed more serious than racism. He just underlines it.
Tells you what the scope is, what their focus is, and what it is that they hold there. The damage to their commercial revenue is more important than what racism brings to the game.
All right, that's it. Thank you very much, Amy. And that's our show. Don't forget, we have fresh content coming up on our YouTube channel starting tomorrow. Sport Vision NJ is a weekly football show, FF for short, Football Fantastic, and of course, NBA Rap also coming up in a couple of weeks with Body and myself. Go there for exciting sports content you won't get anywhere else. Best of the rest is boxing. Undisputed middleweight legend Floyd Mayweather lived up to the hype around his nickname, the Money Man, by tipping each chef 235 pounds after having dinner with his friends in Las Vegas last week. The 42-year-old has been celebrating a friend's birthday before tipping every chef to appreciate the meal they enjoy. Well, with all the money he has, this is cheap stuff, really. 235 pounds. My name is Dick Chiomotable. Thanks for your time. Good morning.
This has been a Sport Vision production.